Elon Musk, the tech mogul known worldwide, wasn't dressed in his usual attire. Instead, he disguised himself for a social experiment. He wore an old oversized jacket, threadbare jeans, fake bushy beard and mustache, and a beanie pulled low over his head. His shoes, worn and scuffed, seemed out of place for someone of his stature. But this particular day, Elon had a plan. He wasn't here to make headlines or give interviews. He wanted to test something. He wanted to know how people would treat someone who didn't look like they belonged. Brew Haven Coffee Shop was just ahead, a modest, yet popular shop known for its warm atmosphere and decent brews. The cafe wasn't part of any luxurious brand, but it served as a perfect spot for Elon's test. The scent of fresh coffee and pastries greeted him as he stood in front of the glass door. His reflection looked nothing like the tech mogul people knew. He felt a sense of anonymity in the disguise. As he stepped toward the entrance, the cafe's security guard, a burly man named Rick, took one look at him and blocked his way. "Hey, you can't just hang out here, buddy," Rick said. Elon, now in character, didn't flinch. "I'm here to buy coffee," he said, pulling out a crumpled wad of cash from his jacket pocket. Rick eyed him suspiciously. "What do you think you're doing here?" "I'm here for a cappuccino," Elon said firmly. "And I've got the money to pay." Rick looked at him again, still unconvinced. Elon didn't back down. Slowly, the security guard stepped aside, muttering something under his breath. Elon walked through the door with a calm and composed demeanor. He could feel the eyes of a few customers on him, but it didn't bother him. This was exactly what he wanted, an experiment in how society would treat him when he wasn't wearing his usual identity. Inside the cafe, Elon walked up to the counter, where two young cashiers stood. One was a friendly-looking young man named Ethan, and the other was a woman named Cindy, who didn't seem too pleased to be there. "Good morning. What can I get for you?" Ethan asked with a warm smile. Before Elon could respond, Cindy rolled her eyes and muttered under her breath, "You gotta be kidding me." Elon looked at her for a moment, but didn't let the rude comment faze him. "A cappuccino, please," he said. Ethan quickly prepared to ring up the order, while Cindy barely looked up. She shifted her weight and sighed loudly, clearly not impressed. Elon noticed the contrast between the two. Ethan was polite, attentive, and seemed genuinely interested in making sure he felt welcome. Cindy, on the other hand, acted as if the mere presence of someone who didn't look like he belonged in the cafe was an inconvenience. Despite Cindy's attitude, Elon didn't respond with anger. Instead, he gave Ethan a kind nod and waited for his cappuccino. A few minutes later, Ethan returned with a steaming cup of coffee, placing it gently in front of Elon. "There you go. Enjoy your drink," Ethan said with a warm smile, clearly not judging the way Elon was dressed. Elon took the coffee, sipping it slowly as he looked around the cafe. Cindy continued to glower behind the counter, making sarcastic remarks to herself. Elon couldn't help but feel a sense of disappointment. He had hoped for a better experience, but it was becoming clear that Ethan was a rare exception in a world where appearances often mattered more than decency. Elon remained at Brew Haven Coffee Shop for nearly an hour, sitting in the corner by the window, observing the interactions around him. As he sipped his cappuccino, he noticed how Ethan was able to balance kindness and professionalism, even when dealing with difficult customers. But Cindy, she was a different story. Every customer she served seemed to receive an extra dose of impatience and judgment. A middle-aged woman came to the counter, trying to ask a question about the menu. Cindy barely looked at her. She snapped at her for asking too many questions, and barely offered a smile. The woman walked away, clearly upset, while Ethan continued to engage politely with his customers, offering smiles and light-hearted conversation. Elon continued to observe. He was testing something larger than just customer service. He was testing the human tendency to judge by appearance. He had always known that people could be quick to stereotype, but seeing it play out firsthand was both fascinating and disheartening. When he finished his coffee, he stood up and made his way back to the counter. Ethan was wiping down the counter, and Cindy was busy texting on her phone, ignoring the customers who had started to gather. Elon cleared his throat to catch Ethan's attention. Ethan turned with a surprised look on his face. "Hey, Ethan," Elon began. Yes, sir," Ethan responded, still unsure about the situation. "You're a good man." "A very kind person," Elon said, giving Ethan a warm smile. Ethan looked startled. Thank you, sir," he said, clearly flustered. Elon then glanced at Cindy, who hadn't bothered to greet him. "You're different, Ethan," Elon said quietly. "You understand what it means to treat everyone with respect, no matter who they are." Ethan smiled shyly, but Cindy rolled her eyes from behind the counter. "What's this all about?" she muttered, still not bothering to look up. Elon turned back to Ethan. "I appreciate your kindness. You know, I'd like to help you. Call this number tomorrow," he said, pulling a sleek business card from his jacket pocket. Ethan's eyes widened in disbelief. He stared at the card in Elon's hand, the name on it reading Elon Musk in bold letters. "Wait, Elon Musk?" Ethan stammered. Elon smiled. "Yes, that's me. I've been watching you for a while. You have a good heart, Ethan. And I think you deserve more than just this job. Call the number." As Ethan processed the information, Cindy came forward with a cold expression. "What are you doing?" she snapped. "You're just a barista. Why would he want to help you?" Elon's gaze shifted to her. "You know, Cindy, kindness is something rare these days. Maybe you should try it sometime." Ethan's face lit up as he slowly understood what had just happened. Elon had seen him, not for his appearance or his job, but for the person he truly was. The realization hit him hard. The next day, Ethan nervously dialed the number on the card. His hands were shaking as he spoke to someone from Tesla HR. When the receptionist confirmed his appointment for an interview, his disbelief grew even further. He showed up at Tesla's headquarters with a mixture of excitement and nerves. He felt out of place looking at the sleek building and the employees in sharp suits walking around. But the interview went well. Ethan talked passionately about his degree in automotive engineering. He talked about his dreams and about the work he had done with the Café to support his family. 2 days later, Elon called him personally. "Ethan, I've got good news. You're hired. Welcome to the team at Tesla." The phone call felt surreal. Ethan couldn't believe it. He had always dreamed of working in the automotive industry, but never thought it would happen so soon. He told his family first. His mother cried tears of joy, and his father, a retired mechanic, became proud of his son. Ethan's new role at Tesla was everything he had hoped for. He moved his family to a better neighborhood, and with his new salary, they were able to live comfortably for the first time in years. As for Cindy, her story was different. Word of her attitude spread, and she was eventually transferred to another branch far away. Her rude behavior had cost her the respect of both her coworkers and customers. Ethan continued to work hard, never forgetting the lesson Elon Musk had taught him. He always treated everyone with respect, from the janitors to the CEOs. And whenever he passed by Brew Haven Coffee Shop, he'd remember the day that changed his life. And this brings us to the end of the story. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.